Hello chess family, it's me National Master Jesse James, and today we're going to be discussing the Classical World Chess Championship in 2023, which is going to be starting April 13th to the 23rd. It is Ding versus Nepo. Who do you want to win, or do you think is going to win? I will be giving my opinion at the end of the video, along with some classical examples of the two guys playing games, but I'm also going to be showing you guys at first some very nice highlights of their careers and, well, some of their strengths and their weaknesses. Alright, let's go ahead and jump in and see. Well, let's highlight Ding first. They call him King Ding for a reason. Let's go and take a look. This is a very nice game where his opponent just played pawn to g6. I'll give you a second, just try to feel the position. And, well, it was white to move, and King Ding goes ahead and runs right in. What does he play right here? Here he just destroys his opponent with bishop takes on g6, pawn takes, knight takes, pawn takes, queen takes on g6 check, king over to h8, and here it does not take Ding long. Here bishop g5, a very nice idea. Here not only is Ding trying to get rid of the critical defender here, but he has a plan already of rook f3 to h3 for a nice checkmating plan. Here, well, it's all but forced. Bishop takes and pawn takes. Now you see things have gone terribly wrong for black, and, well, unfortunately for this against his grandmaster opponent, things are going to go very bad. The rook's going to come in pretty swiftly. Rook e7, queen h6 check, king over to g8, pawn g6. Even the pawn's going to help out. Why not? Knight to d7, rook f3, knight f8, double the rooks. Knight takes, rook to g3. Rook to g7, and rook takes g6, and at this point, well, black just goes ahead and resigns, and there really is no good way to defend in this kind of position. For instance, something like queen to e7 here, well, we're just going to double up, and now the threat again is rook takes with doubling of the rooks. Alright, let's go on to our next example. Here we go. Ding takes on Super Grandmaster Levin Aronian, and, well, he treats him just like he's treating any other Grandmaster, just terribly. Here, white to move, he wants to push pause to see if he can find the move. If you know this one, here Ding was only at 2700 only, while Aronian was at his 2800. And, well, here we go. Bishop takes on g7, just punishing his opponent's king. Well, if you don't take back, you're just losing. King takes queen g5 check, king over to f8. Remember, the queen cannot checkmate by herself, so the rook will be coming in at some point. With that being said, we have some good moves here. Queen f6 threatening queen h8 checkmate over here. King back to g8. Queen g5 check, king f8, queen f6, a little toy boarding with the king over here. King g8, and then you guessed it, what do you play? Simple chess. Remember, you can't checkmate by yourself. Rook to e1, and now the game is over. Here, a takes on b4, rook to e5, h6, guarding rook to g5, check, but that doesn't stop him. Rook to h5, queen takes, and queen takes on h6, and now it is just forced checkmate. f6. And here we go, queen takes on f6 for another threat of rook to h8 for mate. Unfortunately, this rook cannot go to g7 to block. I mean, you're more than welcome to, but after something like rook to g7, here the rook is left unprotected, and queen takes on d8 check with the forced mate here. All right, our last example here for King Ding. Here we go. We got Janice Bai, another 2500 Grandmaster. And, well, in this position, King Ding went ahead and played pawn to e5, and a very stunning and beautiful refutation here by him. Here, white went ahead and said, well, free pawn, let's go ahead and take it. Knight takes on e5, and what does King Ding do? He plays the only ways he knows how. He gets too aggressive. Pawn takes knight over here. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, yeah, I can't see not taking here, so he went ahead and took the queen, and here comes the minor pieces for the attack. Pawn takes in check. King to e2, rook takes, queen takes, knight a4. These pieces are going to go rampant, attacking the king, and of course getting some free temples on the queen over here. Queen c2, knight c3 check, king f3, rook to d4 here. Look at that beautiful idea. Here we have the bishop to g4 kind of ideas, pawn to g4, checkmating idea, and here, well, the pawn cannot take, or else knight takes d4, and all of a sudden you lost your queen yet again. Ugh. So rook to d4 got played with the idea of pawn to g4 checkmate. Here, white played pawn to h3 to stop it. h5 here saying, yes, I still have the threat. Bishop h2 trying to get an escape square for this king. g4, king g3, rook to d2 check. Can't I take again? Again, you cannot take because knight to e4 check over here. Ding's got tactics in his blood over here. Knight to e4 check anyways, king over to h4, look how sad this king is. Bishop e7 check, king takes, king g7, this is a good old-fashioned king hunt. Bishop f4, bishop f5, with the idea of sliding over the rook here. This king really just has no chance. Bishop h6 check, king h7, queen takes on b7, rook takes on f2, bishop g5. Someone might be asking, hey, can't we just take this rook over here in a8? You are more than welcome to take it, as well. Knight to g3 is just check and mate. Oh gosh. So bishop to g5, rook h8. Simple idea here. I'm going to move my king out the way to deliver the checkmate now. Knight takes on f7, bishop g6 check, king takes on g4, knight to e5 check, and well, white went ahead and resigned here as it was forced mate. If knight takes on e5, bishop f5 check, king to h5, king to g8, bishop h6, and another beautiful mate, knight to g3. My gosh, that is a very complicated game here. All right, let's jump into some of Nepo's games over here. Here we're going to start with Nepo versus Alexander Kushnuk, a very popular women's grandmaster, one of the world's women's champion also. And here she went ahead and played queen to f5, and well, Nepo knows how to punish her. White to move and win. What do you play here? Simple chess. Pawn to g4, just forking the queen and the knight here. Some people might be afraid about, well, their king safety, but not Nepo. Here, queen went to g6, and now simple chess. King to h1, knight to f6, bishop takes on f4, bishop takes, queen takes, knight takes on g4, and now simple chess, just pawn to h3. Notice here if the knight does move back, rook to g1 is just a pin and a win here. So, well, she did not do that at all. She just went ahead and threw in the towel. All right, on to the next game. Here comes Nepo again. This just shows the attacking prowess of this very strong grandmaster who has made it to the World Chess Championship twice over here in the finals. Let's see over here. Queen to b6, attacking the undefended bishop. Nepo says, bring it on. Let's just go ahead and sacrifice some material. I want this king. Knight c3. Black might as well take the pawn. Queen takes, bishop e3. Queen takes on e5, bishop c5. Pawn to a6. This king is stuck in the center now. And, well, here he comes. Rook fe1, attacking the queen again. Queen g5, bishop takes on c6, rook takes on c6, rook a to d1, now threatening rook takes on d5 due to the pin. This poor king doesn't stand a chance. Knight to e7, queen to b4, attacking the b7 pawn now. Pawn to a5, and this was the last straw. Queen takes on b7 here. Hey, wait a second, can't I just take this bishop? Well, he did, and he got severely punished. Rook takes on c5, and here we go. Knight to e4, definitely the move that black missed here. Hey, wait a second, can't we just take again? You're more than welcome to take here as pawn takes knight. Well, checkmate in 2. Queen d7 check, king f8 for a mighty queen mate on d8. Oof. So, after knight to e4, rook takes c5, knight to e4, queen h4. Here, g3, kicking the queen one more time. Queen takes on h3. And now, well, when you see the good move, look for a better one. Here, we're just going to go ahead and play knight takes on c5 here. And there's really nothing good to do in this position. Here, if you try to castle, well, you're going to be losing your knight here on e7. So, knight went to f5. And now, it was checkmate in 2 moves. Queen to d7 check. And, well, king f8 and queen d8 is mate. All right, last example here for Mr. Nepo. And, I love this this game. This is a very crazy game. Here we go. At this point, black went ahead and played pawn to h6, attacking Nepo's bishop. So what does Nepo do? Ignore him, of course. Nepo is such an aggressive chess player. He goes knight to h4, attacking the bishop. Bishop to h7. And now, well, bishop takes on h6. He's just going to be attacking this king and opening it up. These guys are so ruthless. I'm really excited to see these two tigers go at it. All right, bishop takes h2 check, king h1, bishop to f4, saying, I trust your sacrifice over here. I don't want to open it up. And what does Nepo do? Nepo doubles down, bishop takes on g7. King takes, queen g4 check, king h8, knight to f5, looking at the checkmate on g7 over here. Here you have to be very careful. Here, bishop takes f5. Notice that if rook to g8 gets played, white to move, rook to e8 gets played, and a very nice checkmate threat on g7 is being threatened. Even if you try something like knight to d7, this is still checkmate on g7. So here, the bishop has to get rid of this powerful knight. Bishop takes, queen takes. The bad part about this, the king has now lost all his main defenders. Doesn't take long for Nepo. Queen d6, pawn to g3, bishop h6, king to g2, pawn b5, bishop e3, Queen g6 saying, please, please, can we trade queens? And well, Nepo surprises people and plays queen takes. Yes, this is actually the idea. Nepo was such a strong player, he knows that even though he's going to go down to an endgame a piece down, this king is still very vulnerable. And well, these pawns are just very weak. Here we go, pawn takes, rook e7. Now the knight has a hard time getting into the game. Plus, this bishop is going to be pinned and winned if you don't play correctly. Pawn to g5 here. Because if you do try to play rook to h1 here, well, the rook can go to f6 here. Don't get me wrong, white is still in a winning position, but, well, he'd rather not go through this. So pawn to g5 got played. And, well, Nepo says, you know what, I'm going to stop your idea. Let's play rook e6 myself. King over to g7, rook h1, rook h8, and now the game is over. Rook e7 check, king over to g6 with the forced mate. Here, bishop to c2 check, and well, black went ahead and resigned, seeing the checkmate in 5 moves. If you can, go ahead and go down below and post the checkmate in 5 if you can find it. Alright guys, now we got our final 2 examples. This is Ding versus Nepo. In this first game, it looks like Nepo is going to get the first win here. And, well, if you guys remember, this was during the candidates match this last time. And, well, Nepo just did a great job and just destroyed mostly all of his opponents. Ding had a very tough time, starting off very slow, but then comes back. Not in this game, of course, but in the tournament overall. Let's go and see how he just gets destroyed right now. Nepo wants to go for the king side attack and plays pawn g5. Your king is mine, he says. Open up this king side. Ding has nothing better. Let's go grab some pawns over here. Pawn takes on h4. Knight to c5. Pawn to h3. Rook takes on e4. Unfortunately, there's just no good place for this bishop to move to. So rook takes on e4. Pawn takes. New threat now is checkmate on h1. Here, rook takes e8 check. Here, Nepo does not care. He says, go ahead and take my rook for free. King to g7. Pawn to f4 here. If you do try to capture over here, you get checkmated with this beautiful 4-move checkmate. Rook takes on f2. King takes on f2. Queen h2 check. King to e1 will end the game fast with queen to g1 for checkmate. And if your king goes to f1, here we get the same idea. Bishop h3, king e1, queen to g1 for checkmate. So in the game, he went ahead and played pawn to f4, trying to make an escape square for the king over to f2. And here, he just finishes it nice and classically. Queen h1 check, king f2. Queen takes on a1. Now we're threatening to make a new queen here. So the king must take on g2. But again, it's forced mate here. And, well, Nepo does not miss it. He goes ahead and plays bishop to h3. And, well, King Ding goes ahead and resigns. All right, on to our last example here. Here it is Ding Liren who's going to be getting the attack. Well, let's not say attack, but well, we're going to be defending a strong attack here. Here, Nepo believes he could just push Ding over and goes ahead and goes for the attack. Bishop to d4 check, king h1. Knight e5, knight e2, queen to h4. By all means, this attack looks scary to me. Look at all the pieces aimed over at Ding's king. Well, King Ding does it. Knight takes d4. Let's get rid of these guys. Knight takes on d3. Queen takes on d3. Knight g3 check. King over to g1. Knight takes knight c2. At this point, he's done a great job defending, and he just has his extra pieces here, and he's able to win the game. Knight takes on h2. Queen e3. That knight is not going anywhere, King Ding says. And here we go. Castle's kingside. Queen g5. Knight takes f3 check. Get what you can get. Pawn takes queen h3. Can we keep the queens on the board, he says. You can, but you're going to be paying for it if you do. So bishop to f4. Queen takes on f3. Knight to d2. Pawn to f6. Queen takes g6, grabbing that last pawn over there. Pawn takes, knight takes. Bishop to g4. Knight to d2. Bishop b2. King f2. Bishop d3. Knight e1. c4. Yeah, unfortunately at this point, this is just all easy for white since he has the extra piece over here. And King Ding does a very good job just making this a winning endgame. Bishop takes on d6. Now we got our passed pawn over here. Rook f to e8. Knight takes on d3. C takes on d3. Bishop d6. And you're going to see this passed pawn just run. Here the bishop and knight are just too powerful against these rooks over here. They never really get into the game. King f7. Rook a3. Rook over to c8, d6, here comes that passed pawn, threatening d7 over here to win back material. King e6, guarding that d7 pawn. Rook takes on d7, saying, hey, here comes d7 again. King to d7, and well, we just need to win the d7 pawn here. So, who we're going to use? Let's try to use this knight, I assume. Knight c4, Rook takes, and here a very nice move, knight to b6 check. And at this point, well, Nepo just goes ahead and resigns. Yes, this is very, very interesting. We have two very, very aggressive chess players playing for the World Chess Championship. I'm sure a lot of you out there would love to see Magnus Carlsen defend his title. Unfortunately, he is just done for chess, at least for now. Maybe he'll come back in the future. At least we hope and pray he will. We always got to have the GOAT in there. But with that being said, who do you think is going to win? Well, I'm going to go ahead and give you my the person I would like to win, and maybe my prediction in this one. With that being said, let me go ahead and say, as far as it goes with the classical games, Nepo has beat, and this is all based off chessgames.com. If you haven't checked them out, go check them out. They add in all the big games in chess. Here, the classical games have been won, with Nepo winning with 3-2 in Nepo's favor, and also winning with 13-9 when it comes to rapid games. And then with only rapid games, it was again Nepo with 10-7. With that being said, who do you think I believe is going to win? Well, I'm definitely going for King Ding. I definitely think he has what it takes. I don't think that they have had enough games to actually establish who's going to be the stronger player. Plus, when it comes to their styles, well, although they're both very aggressive, I believe that Ding is just going to be a lot more versatile, or able to play maybe the opening and end games a little bit better than Nepo. Now, Nepo does a great job. He's able to put pressure on his opponents, especially when they get low on time. But I believe that King Ding can go ahead and stop that and then reverse it. It takes a strong player to do that, but I believe that Ding has it in him. What do you guys think? Who do you think is going to be winning the Classical World Chess Championship in 2023? This time it's going to be over here in Greece. So it's going to be starting, like I said, April 13th, and it's going to be ending April 23rd. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Please comment below. Let me know who do you think is going to win. We'll see you in the next video.